But I do have one rule, and that's if a lip slips, it's an extra $1,000.
Photography is about capturing the moment, but it's not just capturing, it's creating moments. And no one does it better than Sheena from She Is Art Photography. One of the things you've really done well is you've built a tribe, you've built a community around your photography. It's not just, hey, I need some photos for this one family event, or hey, I need photos for my wedding. It's actually creating events for your past, present, and maybe even future clients. Tell me, what has inspired you to do that?
So when I was younger, I missed out on a lot of stuff. Like I missed out on prom, I missed out on homecoming, and due to finances growing up. So I thought, well, I'll just have prom now. I never had a wedding. So I'll have a wedding now. I do the queen events to bring moms and grandmas and daughters together. So we have a spaghetti dinner. We all wear black. I bring my throne and we do queen shoots. I also have an event called Flower Top that I do. I try to do it once a year. I bring a bunch of women together. Some of them are breast cancer survivors. Some of them are, coming out of abusive relationships, and they just want to feel free. So we all come topless and we put flowers in front of our chest, and we build a community of women who we feel safe with.
Wow. Yeah, they really flock to you and all the movements that you have going on in the community or for people that you're supporting. It's amazing. Your style is very unique. I don't even need to see who it's from. I see scrolling through Facebook or Instagram and boom, I don't need to see the name. I know that's Sheena, that's She Is Art Photography. You've really honed that style. What has kind of brought that up to you? How have you kind of come to that?
That's probably the hardest that I struggle with because I feel like I don't have a style because I'm all over the place. My photography never looks the same to me. I go by the mood, the lighting, the people, like everybody's personalities are different. Bride and grooms are different. So when I go to edit, I try to edit based on where I'm at or what venue or, the groom and the bride, like what are their styles. So I struggle with that. And I think that my style does not look the same, but I feel like it's good and I don't get complaints and everybody loves that the style is based on them and it's unique, based on, their lighting and where we chose to take the pictures. So for me, I struggle with that as a professional because I know that it's not technically professional, but for me, it works.
It sounds like you really sense the vibe. You feel and you take in the vibe for that particular shoot, that particular group,
yes.
Whatever that event may be. And then you try to match that in your shooting and then also with your editing to kind of deliver that kind of piece. Is that what you think?
Yes.
Sheena, you offer a lot of different things, boudoir and weddings and family shoots. Tell me, what are kind of the full scale of things that you offer in the photography world here in Brevard?
I offer everything. I offer video services. I offer photography for, just like you said, every genre. I don't turn down business. It allows my family to flourish and grow as an individual. So for me, I don't turn down any business, but I do want to focus on other things that make me happy or make me feel like I've met my dharma. Do you know what that is?
No.
So like that's your calling in life. Like I feel like my calling is couples and their love for each other. Like I have a lot of people that come to me, maybe they're struggling in their marriage, and I might suggest, hey, let's do a couples shoot on the beach. It's super sexy, it's fun. And then next thing you know, a couple months later, they're like, you're never going to believe this, but your photo shoot helped save our marriage. And that makes me feel good. And that's what I want to do with my business, and finding my dharma was part of that.
That's beyond the service of just capturing light, right? That's really about creating moments and then providing something of enjoyment, an experience in and itself, right?
I feel like every shoot I go into has to be an experience. I'm a little extra. So if it's not an experience, then I didn't do a good job. So I try to go in, I try to tell jokes, I try to find the intimacy between two people. Maybe they're shy in front of the camera, maybe they're awkward. Those are my kind of people because I can bring them out with just telling a simple joke like, hey, I gotta poop, we need to hurry up. And then they laugh into each other, and I can find that connection between those two people just with laughter.
Yeah, super fun. Everybody knows they're gonna have fun if they're coming to a
Yes.
Sheena shoot.
Absolutely.
We met you at an industry event. where we're, technically competitors in a lot of ways. In fact, that's how Austin and I met. A lot of people ask us, how did you guys get to meet and work together? We met as, competitors at an industry event. But in Brevard County on the Space Coast, we really try to collaborate as much as possible. It's not really about competition. It's about growing and getting better. What have you seen and experienced in those types of events and collaboration?
So community over competition, hashtag community over competition is literally my go-to when I discuss working with other fellow photographers and videographers. I love meeting new people because it brings me more business. Like maybe you don't do boudoir, but you'll bring them to me because you know that I do boudoir. Maybe I have had a photographer bring me an entire camera because mine malfunctioned at a shoot and I was an hour and a half away from home. And that photographer handed me the camera with a memory card. I've had people bring me charged batteries because I forgot to charge my battery. I'm ADHD, by the way. I forgot to charge a battery and I had a photographer bring me a battery. If I didn't have that community, then I wouldn't have a successful business. Like every photographer who's helped me in my business by bringing me a battery, by sending me referrals, has made my business so successful. And I hope I can do the same for them one day, or in return send them clients, or just have a friendship with them. I have a lot of photographers reach out and ask for critiquing or help, and I have no problem giving business advice, because somebody did that for me. And if we don't continue doing that for others when we're gone or when we retire, or if we want to step back from the business, who's going to take over? So we want to make sure that our legacy is there, so that way we can continue our legacy even if we stop doing photography. There's still a name there. And that's been a big thing with my business, is building a legacy so my kids have something to look back on and see how important I was in this community.
A popular gift for brides to give their groom is boudoir, boudoir book or photos, and you offer that. We don't do that. So what is that world like? How do you kind of broach that with your brides?
So I love to do them on the day of the wedding, but because most photographers have contracts that there's no other photographers allowed, I have to verify with the other photographer that, hey, I'm coming in just for boudoir, that's it. So they have their hair and makeup done already. Then I get to come in, we go into their suite, we take their pictures, and then they don't gift them to them that day, they give them to them later, but their hair and makeup's already done. They have their bride robe. It's super cute. But I do have one rule, and that's if a lip slips, it's an extra $1,000. Because that changes boudoir into some totally different aspect.
That's right. So people need to be ready and be well secured.
Yes.
Well, Sheena, it was a pleasure speaking with you. We can't wait to work with you more. Sometimes we get to work with lots of other photographers when we're only doing video, and vice versa. So how can people find you? How can they reach you?
Facebook is the best way to find me. I do have a website. It's under construction, but Facebook is my biggest following. And I do have a TikTok, and sometimes there's some inappropriate stuff on there. But if you're cool with that, then you're cool with me. So come check me out.
Very cool. Thanks.